I came across this article the other day about things in the 90s that if you own them now, you could make a lot of money. Well, they say a small fortune. So let's have a look at 10 things that if you own them now, if you owned them in the 90s and you still own them now, you could make a lot of money on these things. 10 things you owned in the 90s that are now worth a small fortune. So what do you think they are before we even get into it? Oh, VHS players. They're not worth a small. That's just a picture. Prepare to feel old. Let's have a look. If you grew up in the 90s, you may well have bought into every fad going, whether you got the must-have toy for Christmas, amassed a huge collection of videotapes, or indulged in a must-have collector's item. Any chances are you probably packed those things away and haven't looked at them in years, or got rid of them, which is what I probably did years ago before I moved from England to Canada. Furbies. I think we all know that Furbies are worth money, yeah? Kicking off this list is one of the most sought-after toys of the 90s, the Furby. If you were a kid in the latter part of the decade, chances are this might have been on your Christmas wish list for 1998. So that's late 90s though, isn't it, Furbies? How much you'll get for it depends on the type of Furby and the condition, but some older toys are going on eBay for around $100 or $175 in its original box. Meanwhile, rarer Furbies fetch more. Yeah. Pokemon cards. Everybody knows about Pokemon cards, but personally I'd never been into Pokemon cards, but there's obviously plenty of people out there who did. So what are they worth? What are Pokemon cards worth? Oh, $420,000. What? A first edition Halo Charizard card sold for $420,000. No, that's ridiculous. Harry Potter first edition books. Interesting. Seen a few of these, but how do you know what's the first edition? Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, published in 97. If you were one of the first people to buy the copy and you have it sitting, you could fetch up to $30,000 for one book. I don't see people paying that. Who's paying that? Super Mario Brothers game. Wow, yeah. I think my friends got this game. We used to play this all the time. Let's be honest, a whole lot of us whiled away our many hours yet playing the 90s Nintendo. One of the most popular games was Super Mario Brothers. A sealed copy of Mario Brothers back in 2020 went for $156,000 at auction. A record which was smashed just a few months later when Verge reports an unused copy of the original game sold on collectibles site for $2 million. Wow. Disney tapes. Back in the 90s, before the arrival of streaming platforms, YouTube and CBeebies, your best option was VHS tapes. But what are they worth? A rare edition of 101 Dalmatians, still in a sealed packaging, sold for $15,000. A lot depends on the condition, obviously. Polly Pocket dolls. Never heard of them. Never heard of them. Any ladies out there have these? While Barbie and the like may have continued to be popular throughout the 90s, youngsters and doll collectors also snapped up Polly Pockets. Wow, in 98. So it's like the original Pollys, those made between 89 and 98, are now worth a pretty Polly penny. Up to 4,800. Beanie Babies. I always see people collecting Beanie Babies or on YouTube going out and buying these. Have you a rare Beanie Baby? It depends which one's rare though. How do you know which one's... Oh, it's such as a Flash the Dolphin or Legs the Frog. You could net hundreds of pounds if you have the original ones. Other ones such as Chef Rubicon and Mystic the Unicorn have previously sold for $7,000. Tamagotchis. I've never found a Tamagotchi yet. Not in any thrift store. If you had one of these, 2022. Oh yeah, they were in a 2022 Pixar movie, Turning Red, which led to Merlin owned a Tamagotchi called Robert Jr. These go for $5,000. Happy Meal toys. I've seen a load of these, but I didn't think they were worth any money. A lot depends on whether you have the full set or some of the most valuable toys. Can go from £100 to £200. Power Rangers. Action figures. Power Rangers remains popular today. 1993, still in the box, goes for around $1,350. But I suspect you did need to be by the original makers. There you go, guys. It just looks like toys, though. Basically toys that go for good money, go for a lot of money. If you had them now, if you've got them now and you had them in the 90s, or you find them in the thrift store. Anyway, tell us what you've got hidden away in your cupboard that you might be selling now. Okay, cheers, guys.